Today we're doing an in-car review of the VXDIAG, the VX Nano Vehicle Communication Interface. Purchased this on Amazon, and this, along with some drivers and software, allow you to emulate the GM Tech2, which I need to use for my 2010 Chevrolet Cobalt. Had a body control module code that I couldn't read with the standard code reader, so purchased this. Relatively inexpensive. You can find that on Amazon, and reviews say that it only works on a 32-bit PC running either Windows 7 or Windows XP. Seems to work just fine here on my MacBook Air, which runs Windows 10 64-bit. So the device comes with some software that allows you to install GDS and Tech2win, which is the Windows PC version of the Tech2, the GM tool. It's an application that works with this adapter and then plugs into your OBD2 port, and it emulates the Candy module and everything the Tech2 needs to function and read pretty much everything in your car, all GM cars. So you read body control modules, the stability, traction control systems, ABS, airbags, everything. So I had miscellaneous service lights on for electronic stability control, service electronic stability control, traction control, everything, and this really helped me identify the issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this device in. Apologize for the one hand usage here, so just a moment. Plug it in. Beeps. You have to install the software. Comes into Device Manager as a USB serial port, and it's also as a USB serial converter. So all the drivers are installed, all the software is installed. We're ready to plug it in and use it. So plug this into my OBD2 port. That's plugged in. Car has to be in run, not accessory mode. So put it forward as if you're gonna start the car. Don't start the car. Just turn your headlights off so you don't drain your battery. Once everything's in and the VX Manager has the right firmware and all the updates you need for your car, or for the adapter rather, you're gonna see OBD volt 12.65. You know you're connected. Shows the firmware, shows the serial. You don't have to keep this open now. Just good to see that it has connection. I'm gonna open up the, well, for my Chevrolet Cobalt, I'm gonna open up Tech2win. The configuration loads different bin files, which are the PCM, CIA, whatever, the old style cards, the old big, you know, Nintendo cartridge looking cards that go into the Tech2. We're gonna open up North American for a Chevy Cobalt. It asked for an interface. I chose, I think I did MDI. Yeah, let's try MDI. There's MDI and MDI2. Thanks for the more modern interface. I think I want to just rock the regular MDI. Hit enter. It finds your USB device. Hit enter. It initializes. Beeps just like a real Tech2. Loads up the emulation software. Hit enter. 33004 is the most up-to-date software version for the Tech2 for GM American cars, so I know we're in business. You can hit enter on the keyboard, which is enter on the on this. In order to read diagnostic codes that you want, go to diagnostics. You choose your car, passenger car, Chevrolet. This is for the VIN character. So the fourth one in American cars is A for America. So enter. And I want to look at vehicle control systems, which allows you then to have a manual, so I'll choose that. 2.0 turbo. Establishes communications. It allows me to check every code on every system. Airbags, everything as I mentioned before. So I'll give it a sec to communicate. I don't know the difference between the radios. I just did base because it's the one that comes with the car. Standard radio with a USB. So I chose base radio. I haven't run the test with the two different options to see if there's a difference, but once it establishes communications, we'll have all of our codes. I had an issue with my steering angle sensor, replaced my transmission, put new control arm bushings in. I'm gonna put the subframe back in, everything back together. I was pulling hard to the right because I guess my bushings were shot. So I got an alignment done when I had beat up bushings. So putting the new bushings in must have shifted the suspension over enough where my alignment was way off when I put everything back together. So I'll explain more about the code and how this device saved me from a trip to the dealer. So I'm gonna do option 0. Hit enter again. Establishing communications again. And now it's going to run through every system it has options to scan. No body control module errors. No digital radio receiver errors. Driver information center working just fine. With my alignment being off, the EBCM had a code of 1. So after it scanned through all 12, it highlighted the EBCM, which is an electronic brake control module. Hit enter on it, and it told me that I had a C0460 code, which is a steering angle sensor code, and then it even went as far as telling me that it was the subcode was 5A, so that's a plausibility fault, which means when I looked it up using all data and Google searches that the car is going straight, but the steering angle is off by more than 15 degrees, so kind of freaks out and throws that code. So rather than replacing parts or looking at wiring harnesses and everything, I was able to just get an alignment, which fixed the code, which is great. I was gonna get an alignment anyways, but really just wanted to know what the code was because it's a pain in the butt to have to rely on shops that may or may not have these $5, $6, $8, $10,000 devices to read all these codes when something for 120 bucks does what you want to do. So I'm gonna go to EBCM. There's no trouble codes. So it gave me the trouble code, the subcode, everything. There's so much more you can do with this. If you want to look up online what the Tech2 can do or how to use it, there are plenty of YouTube videos and other how-tos you can look up, but just wanted to highlight the fact that this VXDIAG VCX Nano, it works great. You know, hook it up to a PC and you have yourself a Tech2 for next to no money. This thing's wonderful. For more modern cars, you're going to want to use GDS2, which is GM software. Comes with a licensed version. Once it loads up, there we go. MacBook Air is a 2012 model. It's not the fastest, but gets the job done. So we can go to Manage Diagnostic Packages, I believe. And then you can install different modules. So there we go. I could look up 2020 Chevrolet Cobalt. That is pretty funny. That doesn't exist. So it is what it is, but just say I want to hook up to a 2019 Chevrolet Corvette. You have the option to do so. Loads different modules, different interfaces, gives you nice, more modern GUI to do the same things you can do in the Tech2 for older cars, but I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet. I don't have any newer GMs, but between that software and the Tech2 and what this thing can do and the fact that it helped me out tremendously, I have no complaints. It's awesome. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.